welcome back to WsCube Tech. So guys, in our previous session, we learned how to insert data inside a table. We learned two methods to insert a data inside a table. In our today's session, we will be talking about the select query. The select query will allow us to see all the data that is there inside the table with the help of our Python. So inside our Python, we will be able to see all the data that is there inside our table. So with the help of the select query, we'll be doing that. Let's have a look on how it can be done. So guys, for the select query as well, I have already imported MySQL.connector. I have set up the host, user, password and database, and we have also initiated the cursor. Now what we need to do, we need to use the select query over here. With the help of the select query, we will be able to fetch all the data which is there inside our SQL, and whatever data we required, basically that data will come over here. So for that, I'll be creating a variable called as getData. GetData is equals to cursor.execute. So what we need to execute over here is we need to select all the data from our table. So select everything. For everything we use star, that select everything from student details. That would be the name of our table. Next, what we need to do, we need to get this data. So we'll be using for loop to get this data. That for I in getData, print I. So now when I will run it by after writing mydb.commit, when I will run it, it will throw me an error. Yes, it will throw me an error. What error it will throw me, I'll show it to you. It says none type object is non-iterable. So that means we cannot iterate this. So why this is throwing me an error over here? Because in MySQL, so in SQLite it was very simple that we could use the select query and write the name of the table. But in MySQL, what we need to do, we need to fetch all of that data. For that, we have a function fetch all, and we'll be using that. So basically, all you need to do is, I'll just remove this. I'm removing this variable from here, and here I will be writing get data. Inside the get data, I'll be writing cursor dot fetch all. So I'll be fetching all the data which is there, and now if I run it, so you will see over here that whatever data was there in our MySQL table, student details table, all the details are over here with us. So why this happened? This happened because of our fetch all function. So you have to remember, you cannot directly write select star from student and get the data over here. All you need to do is write a variable called as get data or any variable, and inside that write cursor dot fetch all. So fetch all function allow us to fetch all the data which is there inside our table. So this is a minor difference between MySQL and SQLite 3. Also at the same time, suppose if you want to fetch only selected data, suppose I don't want all this information, I want details of let's say I just want the name of the student plus I want their phone numbers over here. So for that, what I will be doing, I'll be writing select name, comma, phone number. So we have to select name and phone number from student details. Now if I run it, you will see I will only get the name and the phone number. So we can also specify over here that what all fields we need over here with the help of writing whatever the name of the field is after the select. So if you write select name, phone number from student details, so you will only get name and the phone number over here. This is what our select query is basically. So with the help of select query and writing star over here, you will get all the data, while if you write the name of the field, you will get those particular fields over here. Also, if you want to see the first data only, suppose there is a table and you just want to view the first data, there is one function that is called as fetch one. So if instead of fetch all, if I write here fetch one, it will give me the first data of my table over here. So let's run and see. And we'll remove the for loop from here and we will just print this get data over here. So as soon as I run it now, so after writing fetch one, also we need to do one thing, that we don't need an iteration over here. Plus we don't need mydb.commit as well, because no changes are made over inside the SQL. So we don't need to write .commit over here. All we need to do is we need to print this data over here. So what I'll be writing print get data. And now as soon as I run it and see the output, so you can see it will give me the first data which was there inside my table. So fetch one will allow us to get one data, while at the same time fetch all will allow us to view all the data which is there inside our table. So all you need to do is use select query over here, and whatever you want to fetch, you can write the details over there. If you want to select everything, then star, and if you want to select particularly any fields over here, write the name of the fields. And if you want to fetch only one row, that is the first row, then you can just use fetch one over here. and fetch all will be used to fetch all the rows. That means all the details if you want to fetch, then fetch all will be used over here. That so far we have inserted the data, we have selected and fetched the data over here. Now what we are going to do, we are going to delete some data. Suppose if there is some unwanted data, we will be deleting that. For that we will be using the delete query. So stay connected guys, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.